Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how you can apply bokeh filter, which is used to blur your background using Camera X in React Native's new architecture for Android. So let's get started. So first let me make it very clear, I will be writing native code. So this is not done using any third-party library because there is no third-party library to achieve this, at least at the time of me recording this video. So first let me show you guys the output. Now this bokeh filter is part of Camera X extension. Camera X is an Android library from Google itself, but unfortunately it is not supported on all Android devices. So in case if the library is not supported, or like bokeh filter is not supported on your Android device, I display a toast message saying it is no extension found, and you will just see a normal camera preview. Okay, so I'm providing a fallback as well. So let me just show you the output. So here I have recorded the output. So first it is asking me for camera permission, I'll give it that. So here you can see I'm getting toast saying extension available. So here you can see my background is blurred, but it is not blurred to the great effect, unfortunately. So this is, I have clicked on capture and it will capture my image and display it inside an image view. So yeah, that's all there is to it. Now like I said, the background is not that blurred, I get it, but I think this is a problem with Camera X. I'm not sure if this is a problem with my Samsung Galaxy device, because it is a high-end Galaxy device, it is not a cheap one. But maybe you can try it on OnePlus or Pixel and let me know what you guys see. But yeah, anyways, let's get started. So first you need to open your terminal and just okay, I'll just cd to where I have already have the project created. Cd my cam cd rn app. So this is my project. Okay, but you need to create the React Native project, so you can just run this particular command. Instead of demo, you can write your own project name. Anyways, we don't require CocoaPods because this is an Android only tutorial. Then if you see in the documentation, they tells once the project is created, they tell us to create the specs folder and WebView folder. So don't run this command yet, we will be doing this manually, it's not a big deal. But instead of WebView, we will be creating our own folder. We won't be creating a folder named WebView because WebView does not make sense in our case. So we will replace the name WebView with my camera. So here you can see that I have created a project, React Native project. Inside in the root of your React Native project, create a folder called specs, then go to Android app src main java com, and inside this particular com folder you will see your project folder, main project folder. But besides that, just create a folder called my camera. Now this name is very important because this name will be used in lot other places as well. So wherever you see WebView written inside this particular documentation, we will be replacing it with my camera. So do make a note of that. You can name it differently as well, but there are lot of places we need to change the name. So if you are doing this for the very first time, it's better you follow what I'm doing. Okay, so once that is done, inside the specs folder, here you can see we need to create this TypeScript file. Now in our case, the TypeScript file name would be my camera native component.ts. So that's what I have done. So I'll just close this. Inside the specs folder, I have created this TypeScript file my camera native component.ts. Now the name my camera is important, okay, but native component is also important. If you don't write native component, then React Native will not recognize your file while running the code generation command. So that is also important. Now almost all of this code I have copied it from the documentation over here, which you can see. I have just changed this particular type. So here you can see the type is of type result. So this result will give the captured image URL, and we will display that image URL with the help of React Native's image view. That's why here I have named it as on image taken instead of this on script loaded, and I have removed the source URL because this is a prop. We are not accepting any prop in our case, so I have removed it. And wherever you see WebView, I have replaced it with my camera. So here you can see my camera over here, over here, over here as well. Okay, then once that is done, inside package.json file, you need to copy paste this code. Again, you will need to replace WebView with my camera. So just go to package.json, and here you can see I have just copy pasted this code over here. So instead of WebView, I have written it my camera over here, as well as over here. So once you do make these changes in package.json, make sure you run npm install as well, which is unfortunately missing in the documentation. Otherwise you might get unnecessary errors. That's why I try to be safe than sorry. then we need to for Android we need to run this particular command. So this will help us to do code generation based on our TypeScript file which we have created. So this will take a bit of time. I have already ran this command, that's why it was pretty quick for me. So here you can see build successful. Once that is done, it tells us to create the React web view, but in our case it will be React My Camera. But we'll come to this file later on, because for this particular file we can't copy code from this documentation. It will be completely different. We need to write our own implementation, that's why. Okay, so the next file which we need to create is this React web view manager.kt, but in our case it will be React My Camera manager.kt. So just go to app src main Java My Camera, and here you can see I have created this React My Camera manager.kt. Now I have literally copy pasted it, but everywhere you see web view, just replace it with My Camera. As you can see over here, I have replaced it with My Camera over here, over here, over here. So everywhere I have replaced it. So here as you can see I have My Camera everywhere written. Now other thing change which I have made is I am not using this because we don't have a React prop, so I have completely removed that particular piece of code. And other thing is, on instead of on script loaded we have this particular event, right, on image taken. So that's what I have used everywhere. So yeah, rest everything I have copied it from documentation. Next we need to create React web view package, right, but in our case it will be React My Camera package. Now this again I have copy pasted it from the documentation, but only everywhere instead of web view you have to write My Camera, that's it, nothing else. Next we need to import this inside main application as well. So go to RN app or whatever your project name is, go to main application. Here you write your own import and add this particular line of code as well. So once you have done this, let's see how to use it first, then we'll see the actual implementation. So go to app.tsx, and here you can see firstly these are all the imports which you need to write. Then here we have state for image URL and camera permission. I'm just checking whether we have Android 10 or above or not, and here we are requesting this camera permission. If you are using below Android 10, then you also require this write external storage permission. And based on whether Android permission has been granted or not, we change the state of this we change the value of this particular state, and inside use effect we call this particular method. Then if image URI is not equal to empty, we display the image using the image element, and once we have this camera permission granted, then we just display our camera, else we just display a text saying camera permission not granted, and these are all the styles for it. So yeah, that's all there is to it. Now let's see the actual implementation. So first you need to go to this build.gradle file, and here inside dependencies you need to add camera core, camera 2, camera lifecycle, camera view, as well as camera extension. Then you need to go to android manifest.xml, and here you need to add uses feature of Android hardware camera, camera permission, as well as write external storage permission. Then you need to create a file of react my camera.kt over here. So here we have this package of com.mycamera. So these are all the imports. So I'll simply scroll through all these imports. Feel free to pause the video and just copy all these imports. Then here we get hold of our current context. Here is our image capture, here is our button, here is our preview view, here is our camera executor service, here is our process camera provider. Here we get hold of our current activity as well. Then here we set the layout parameters for our viewfinder or camera preview. Here we call this method. I'll come back to this why we are exactly doing this. Then we add the viewfinder to our parent view. We set the text background color, text color, as well as alpha for our capture button. Then we set the layout params for our capture button as well. We add the capture button to our parent view, and we add a click listener to that as well. Then inside on attached to window, if we have camera permission, then we do viewfinder.post setup camera, and on detach from window we shut down our camera executor as well as unbind our camera provider. Now coming back to this method, why we were calling it. So this is basically a hack which we need to do. If you want to learn more about it, you can go to this particular URL over here. So this is an issue which has been present with React Native since past 8 years. They have still not fixed it, and the reason to fix this issue, we have to write this particular bit of code. That's all there is to it. Then inside setup camera, we just set our aspect ratio strategy. Here is our resolution selector. Here we initialize camera provider feature. We add a listener as well. Then we get our camera provider. Here we get our extension manager feature. We add a listener for that as well. Then we get our extension manager. Then if you want to get back camera, you can use back camera as well, but back camera doesn't make sense in this case. So here I'm first checking whether you have this bokeh filter extension supported on your device or not. If not, like I said, you will go to else clause. But here first you display. So suppose if it is supported, then you see this toast message, then we initialize our preview view, we initialize our image capture, we get our selector as well, we unbind our camera provider, we bind it to the life cycle over here. Else if it doesn't have, then we display a toast message saying no extension, we again initialize the preview view, initialize image capture, we unbind our camera provider, we bind it to the life cycle. So it is pretty much the same without the extension. Then here we just pass our main executor 2 times. Then to take the photo, we just check our image capture, then here is our simple date format, and here inside content value you pass display name, MIME type. In Android version greater than P, we also set the relative path. Then here we do image capture dot output file options, then we do image capture dot take picture, we override these 2 methods. Once the image is captured, we send the URI back to React Native side with the help of this particular method over here. I'll come back to this method as well in a bit. Then here we just have a helpful method to check whether we have the camera permissions or not, and here we have this 2 variable tag and file name format. Now coming back to sending this data back to React Native side, again this I have copy pasted it from the documentation. So if you want to learn more about it, you can come over here. Here you can see, but again I have changed it little bit based on our use case. So here you can see because we have this on image taken event, right? So that's what I have written everywhere. Rest most everything remains the same. So yeah, that's all there is to it. Make sure you inside Android manifest you add all these permissions as well. But yeah, if you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.